for it. But
Oh shit, she got the guns out tonight. What's going on? Sun's out, guns out. What's up? MMG, what up, girl?
Cut it out. Cut it out.
All right, my bad.
Stop.
all three of y'all.
The
What's going
trio.
on?
And my milk makers. Leave them alone.
What's going on?
I have been. There's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's good to be back. Like we was just saying, like I missed this. I feel a little nervous.
Why are
But
you nervous?
I don't know. I
You
feel
look
like
like
I'm
you
doing it for
lost
the first
weight. Hold up. Get closer to the camera real quick. Let me see.
time. Yeah,
You look a little slim in the face. Okay.
depression.
Nah, I feel that one too well. That's funny though.
Oh shit. What's up then?
Yeah.
Who we waiting for? We waiting for somebody else or no?
Nah, we good.
Okay.
The OGs.
Yes.
You want to intro it?
All right, we can. We can. Welcome to another episode of NFI Podcast. You know what I'm saying? We got the gang back together tonight. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, we got my man Chris Cross. You know what I'm saying? Back in in effect, after a little short hiatus, we glad to have him back. And then also we got my girl MMG. You know what I'm saying? Out here tonight, doing what she do best always.
Missed y'all.
Yeah, miss y'all too. So what topic y'all want to go into first? I want to go into
So with the Iceman.
we can start with the Iceman. So highly anticipated Drake album coming out. There's been a lot of talk about what it's going to be, if he can actually get back to what he was, or, if this is, the last stand. So, what do you guys think? You know what I mean?
Where you
Let's
go?
start with the ultimate Drake fan because we know he got some shit to say right now.
All right, I'll go first.
Yeah.
First of all, let me address all you Kendrick fans out there who chose to abandon the guy who's always been there for you, dropping music consistently, but you jumped on the Drake hate train because, when somebody's at the top so long, people want to see them fail eventually. And that's what happened with Drake during that battle. Consensus is he lost the battle, but he's back. He's back with Iceman. Now he's been teasing this forever. I personally am very excited for this project because I feel like that battle, it lit a fire under him. And I think pen-wise, I want to see a more reflective Drake. Someone who's I want to hear everything. Contrary to what people are saying, I want to hear about the anger about the battle. I want to hear about all that stuff in a Drake way. He's introspective, bars. Don't get me wrong. I want all that. I want R&B. I want all the songs to get you in your feels. But I feel like this album, he's going to take his time to really show y'all that he can rap. On top of that,
he took his time with it. So,
yes,
he should.
I feel like, he's got something to prove. I think a lot of people, this can go either really bad or really good because he has time away. He took an L, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, I won't say that, but, Kendrick's GNX came and went. J. Cole, off season came and went. Only listened to it once. And yeah,
Nobody's trying to do that at Cole. Chill out.
May 15th is the official drop, so I'm very excited for that.
So no singles?
But did I miss a single technically?
I don't think he needs it, but I don't see him dropping a single. I think the promotion he did with the Ice Blocks was something to roll it out, and I think it was genius marketing. I think Drake always seems to chameleon his way into the parts of the culture that, whether they be young or old, he tapped into the streamers. Streamers were trying to break into this ice, live streaming it, blowtorches were taken to this ice, and they finally somebody got to the date, the envelope, and he was granted $50,000 along with.
But that was staged.
Even if it was staged or not, I think it was genius, and the fact that the streamer who found it happened to be from Canada, so like it all works out in his favor. And
Yeah,
I think so yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
I guess I'll go next. I haven't really heard any new music from Drake. Usually there's a bigger rollout. You know what I'm saying? I've heard snippets of songs, but I couldn't tell if they were like new songs. And like usually like when Drake rolls out, it's like, he brings this, he's kind of the unofficial start of the summer. You know what I'm saying? Usually when he drops. And I mean, I haven't heard that record yet from him, but I'm looking forward to it because like Chris said, I don't know if I want to hear him, vent on the whole album, but what I do want to see is it's just like, all right, this time around, everybody, like you said, they gave up on me. And for the most part, like Universal, like, or whoever it was, UMG, yeah, that's Universal Music Group. It was just like, the stall with the lawsuit and all of this stuff. And even to me, in my personal opinion, them trying to personally sabotage him with Kendrick, he better come back with a vengeance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this gotta be, if there was ever an album for him to make a statement to, reclaim and let people know that it wasn't never a fluke, this is it. You know what I mean?
Agreed. Murray?
So, yeah.
I mean, it's Drake that we're talking about. So I'm not anticipating for this to be whack. What I'm more anxious about this whole thing is to see what is it that he's going to be talking about. Like, what are we getting? Like, is he throwing shots? Is he going to continue on this beef with Kendrick? Or is he going to avoid it altogether and just be like, look, I can make this album and I can sell y'all out 10 times fold. Like, I want to see what Drake are we getting? Like, no apologetic Drake or just, making music Drake. That's what I'm more anticipating from him right now, like, for real. But he's doing an awesome job. I mean, like I said, I feel like it's going to be a great album no matter what, because again, he's taking his time with it. He's doing all kind of right promos to make sure that people understand, like, I'm coming back and I'm going to be here. Like, so
You like Drake. It's okay.
I like Drake. I never said I didn't like Drake, but I just like J. Cole better. And that's what I'm also want to see. I really want to see if you're gonna say something about J. Cole. Like, cause nah, like, what you mean?
Interesting. Yeah, go ahead, Marco.
I had a question. I don't know if you guys know this or if we could look it up. Is this his last album on Universal, or like what's the situation with this? Is this like
Like his
gonna make him?
contract?
Yeah, like is this gonna make him a free agent? Like, because again,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because we talked about it in the past, Chris. Like, some people were saying that maybe he was holding out. You know what I'm saying? With the hopes of maybe going on his own. So it's just like maybe he had a lot of this music and he was okay. Drake stayed working, but yeah, I want to know from that aspect too. It's like, is he just gonna empty the clip, or just like a project where a statement album?
That I do think he's still contractually tied to Universal with this album, but even so, I think the lawsuit that he tried against them was a way to kind of maybe slither out of it before he dropped it. But I don't think he cares at this point. It's like his impact is his impact. So whatever he drops, whether Universal benefits from it or not, Drake is coming out, with a fire lit under him. So I do think this might be his last album. So he might be a free
It
man.
says Iceman is scheduled for May 15th and is widely rumored to be the final album under Drake's current contract with Universal Music Group, UMG. While not officially confirmed, reports suggest that it is his last project before potentially going independent. I just want to say, if Drake goes independent, y'all motherfuckers is fucked.
Yeah, basically, it's over.
It's done. This man's gonna be Thanos level over y'all. Just
imagine if he's gonna put his album on a website, whatever he prices it at, and he's gonna get all those all the benefits 100% go to him. He's gonna dry the market. That's how they didn't want him out of that contract. They didn't want him.
Like, look at what Tory Lanez did. Now you got somebody who's making music 10 times better than Tory Lanez that can do that. Like, that's crazy.
But that's what I was saying. Like, even when we was having discussions about the negotiations, that's what I was saying. Like with Drake, it's almost like, again, that's what I think he might have been fighting for after a while. And then it's just like, so it's like they tried to finish him. So it's like, all right, if this was his last scheduled album on the thing, and now either they're not going to pay me or let me go. And so on the way out, it's just like, you guys participate in a strategy to diminish my value, or to like, so that like, if I do end up going independent, maybe you think that there won't be as big of a market for me, and like I'll be finished. Like,
yeah.
I don't think that has nothing, because Drake they would be the dumbest motherfuckers to have to let him go. Like, for real. Like, for real. Because, again, he's always made phenomenal music. There's not one album you can say that you didn't fuck with at least 5 or more songs on his shit. Right. Like, we're getting a lot of albums that you like 2 or 3 songs, and it's like, that's it. Nobody's listening to complete albums. Drake is one of the only, not one of the only, but one of the most artists that you can listen to an album back to back and be good and chill and vibe out to it. So they'd be dumb as fuck to lose him.
That's an interesting point you made, Marsh. This is like the equivalent to like the NBA or NFL, a player on their contract year. It's like, if the conspiracies are true and I'm UMG, let me throw some salt in his brand to may not pay him on the next contract. But I think seeing what they did, if that is true, what they did to Drake is like, Drake's like, I'm not resigning. Either way, I'm not resigning, because you gave me the $400 million, I recouped it in record time, and you didn't think that was going to happen, and you didn't want to roll out the Brinks trunk. So conspiracy land, here's this battle, here's the bots, here's the numbers deflating out of nowhere, which never happens with Drake. So I think he's over it. And I think this lawsuit, he's persisting in this lawsuit. His appeal was just granted after many attempts. So I think he's breaking ground on whatever he's trying to dig up. Like I said before, I hope this doesn't lead to the disappearance, of Drake. But yeah, why would you want to diminish your cash cow? That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. I know he makes money. He knows you can hang on Kendrick for the moment, but he's been bringing you money for years. So that's where the conspiracy don't really make sense to me.
Well, I was watching a video the other day, and there was this guy that was explaining it. He was just saying, like, it's crazy. Like, not so much that Universal picked the wrong person for that battle. I mean, but because, like I said, in my humble opinion, it's a conspiracy. It did it to diminish his value. But it's almost like the way Kendrick operates is like, and you said this a while back too. Kudos to you, Chris. It's like Kendrick don't want to be what Drake is. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the guy in front. So like he'll come out, but it's like you did that to try to make it seem like you're that guy, and then you disappear. It's just like, how does that work for y'all when Drake constantly put out music, constantly got motion? For the label, I would almost make it seem like maybe y'all will be hands off. Like, let's just see what happens. You know what I mean?
If we're being completely honest, I'm pretty sure every artist at some point in their career had that fear. Like, what if I keep putting out music and it's not hot anymore? Because you got artists that go back into the studio right now and no one's listening to their shit. Right. And no one's like, you know what? Like, I'm sorry to tell you, but you've been washed up. Like, it's time to let it go. So I'm pretty sure Kendrick has that fear, because I don't want to say that Kendrick's music is trash, because I do enjoy some of his music, just not all of it. Right. But in the sense that, how long are we going to listen to this before we get bored? With Drake, it's like he got one for every fucking mood that you ever had, or like, and he, like you say, he keeps up with the times. He doesn't stay stagnant. He's real, like, Kendrick is real still Cali, real, like hood gutter shit. Like, he doesn't do anything else other than that anymore. It's like Snoop rapping, he still raps in the same way that he does. And some people like it, some people don't. So you lose a lot of fan base right there.
Yeah, I don't know these people personally, but I just see, like, even at the direction that J. Cole is going in, it's like these guys, they love hip hop. I don't think they want to be stars. Drake wants to be a star.
Yeah,
let him do what he's doing.
He's taking that responsibility on with pride. Like, the man don't take vacations. When you think he's gonna take a vacation, he gives you a dance album. If not that, he'll give you a Caribbean album. He can switch up his accents. He'll strictly dance music. Next thing you know, he's dropping an R&B collab album with Party. You abandoned Drake for Kendrick, who drops an album every 4 to 5 years.
And disappears.
He doesn't want to be at the forefront. But yet he
That's what
was
he said. He
used,
want to raise his son.
He was used at the moment to be put to the forefront, only to destroy another man. So I don't.
But it was
I don't.
advantageous towards him also because if he really doesn't care for Drake, then I guess he was like, well, why not? You know what I mean? It's a win-win for him.
Would you say that like he's complicit in being a pawn to a certain degree? It might be
Absolutely.
personal. It might be personal, but yet I don't like the guy, so I'm going to go along with it.
Right. Absolutely.
He knew those Grammys weren't real. He knew all that stuff was just handed to him to make Drake look bad. You had literally Lear Cohen and Dr. Dre high-fiving. When I saw that, I was like, this is crazy.
Right.
So this is insane. I don't think, but.
And that's why, not for nothing, like, if, you know, and again, I know you may not share the sentiment, but if saying what you just said, I can see why Cole might have said, like, nah, not like this. I'm cool.
That's
You
what
know
I'm
saying?
saying. That's what I've been saying, but okay.
No, I'm talking about Chris. Chris is always holding it against him that.
Can I didn't get to just chime in on that. I have a lot to say about.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you missed the last one that we did about J. Cole and everything. So
With the interview,
let's
yeah,
get
with the
into it.
interview, yeah.
Hold on. Hey, yo, you trying to get on? What are you doing?
Let me tell you about Cole, right?
Invite him up, Chris, if you can. Sorry to interrupt you.
Let me know, hey, if you want to join, write it, and then I'll add you. He might not be whatever. But Cole, I get why you were ducking the media for so long. Like when you don't speak and you put out great music, you have a mystique aura about you. People are wondering, like you have an added value to you. But the minute he started going on these platforms and speaking, I've never seen a man just beat around the bush, say boom this, boom that. Like, yo, so boom, you're lying. I don't like there's parts of what he was
You're lying.
there's parts of his like answers and replies that are like, you could be honest about it. All I got from that was like, okay, so Kendrick took a jab at you. So persona wise, brand wise, you felt that was attacked. But in reality, you really didn't want to go at him. So what you said you did was, I just wanted to throw a jab out there. But when you threw the jab and you heard what was coming after, you wanted no parts of it. So that's all I took from that. Like that lets me know that again, you should never worship these guys because they're just putting out music. Like he didn't want it to get personal. And as a human, I respect you, Cole. Don't get this wrong. Like, but when it comes to the music, I try to separate the two. So as a human, you get all my respect. You wanted to protect your peace. You were stuck between a rock and a hard place. Allegedly, these are two of your friends, and you could tell that from the interviews. It was like he legit likes both of them, and he didn't want to like delve into why I didn't do this, or he was trying to protect both sides. And he retracted his diss record. But then now you let Drake defend for himself, which is cool. But I think he held his own pretty well. But Cole at the end of this just seems like, and another thing, he really feels he's not the best. Why would you say that? Why would you even say that?
I don't think he meant it like that. I think he was saying like that anything you do, right? Like if you're not trying to be the best, if you're not putting that energy out there, what are you doing it for? But I think that we can acknowledge that there are other formidable people out there doing the same thing that we do. It's just like, you're not going to get on a basketball court like he's better than me. It's like, no, you're there to play and compete, right? And you can acknowledge that this person is, a little bit more advanced, but you're not going to get on the court and be like, nah, he going to bust my ass. Like, he better than me. You're not going to do that.
That's a good point, right? But when you're that good and you're saying that, it now becomes believable. Everybody in the world has the confidence to say, of course nobody's going to admit, like, this guy's better than me or that guy's better than me. You have that false sense of confidence. But sometimes the confidence is legit when you can rap like Cole does.
But that's what I would say. That's what makes it believable. So it's like when he's saying these things and then he's actually exhibiting the talent that's making what he's saying a viable reality. It's just like, all right, well, nobody, because there are some people that think he's the best. We've said it before that we think, well, I think it's Drake, Cole, then Kendrick. But, there's some people that would put Cole first. I think Marie's one of them. You know what I'm saying? But, she would put Cole first.
I will always put Cole first. That's my guy.
So do you feel any type of way about him saying, like, what we're discussing as far as, like, him saying he's the best and he's out there, but then he's saying, like, nah, I'm not saying that I may not be the best, but, it's other niggas out there that they really good too.
I think what he was meaning to say was, like, he's the best in his lane, in his platform, like, in the music that he does, because he doesn't do Drake's music. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not doing no kind of pop or anything other than what he does. And that's the same thing that I was saying about Kendrick. Like, you stay in your own kind of flow in different ways and way he speaks. He's not doing like, like any club music that Drake does or whatever. So you can't compete where you can't compare in certain things because Drake has done it all. He's done the gangster. He's done every kind of little point of every kind of music. So yeah, I would say like in the sense that if somebody who's versatile, you can play with your left, you can play with your right. Yeah, you might be a little better than me in that sense, but I'm still the greatest. Don't get it twisted. I'm just giving you your props for what you are.
Right, but
I feel like that's exactly what he was doing.
But in that regard, like the one thing that they do have in common is that they can rap. Like
that's different. That's why he's saying I'm still good. Like, let's not get it twisted. No one's saying that I'm trash now. I'm just saying the fact that you can rap in different kind of ways and these different kind, and then do a singing shit on top of that, you might be a little better than me for that. You know?
But I'm saying like, so it's like when Drake said the thing about Travis got you rap now, Savage got you rap now, right? He's saying as far as these guys having like success in their careers, but I think he knows deep in his heart like they not that with them what they are. Like they like those guys are the top of the top right now. I feel like you could add somebody like a Big Sean in there, but I'm just saying like from the consensus, I think it's nice. But consensus wise, I think most people would say that lyrically. Well, most people would say that these are the three top lyricists in the game. Yeah. It's been that way for a minute. And they respect each other because of that angle. Yes, they do different types of music too, so to speak, right? But when it comes to that part, like, that's the upper echelon. You know?
Yeah, I always separated all the three. I knew, if anything, I was aware that Cole, rapping-wise, was right there up there with Drake, if not better. As an MC.
He is better than Drake when it comes to...
As an MC. I know Drake is versatile and can do a lot of other things. Kendrick can rap as well, but he's also a better song maker than Cole. So Cole's song making ability is not the best, but if you want to just put all of them in a room and we're gonna rap, Cole can come out of that the victor. At any given day, like he said, he can put up numbers. But I know that Drake can come in there and wild out, pause, and Kendrick can go. Like I respected that about him saying that. I never thought he was on the level of Drake or totality wise, but
Yeah.
the respect I have for your rapping and for you to go up there and say, "Well, I know I'm not better than Kendrick." Why are you saying that? LeBron never went in that interview and said Jordan is better than me. We're not actually verbalizing that because you have to keep that tough. You have to keep that competitive spirit. And during these interviews, I just felt like
Well,
he
Kobe
raised the
said
white
that.
flag.
No, I'm saying, but again, but see, because they're on the same level, it's not like they're acknowledging each other. It's not like comparing them to themselves to like a Jay-Z type thing. It's almost like they, out of respect, they probably would be like, nah, Jay's a GOAT. Like, and they wouldn't go out their way to say, oh, I watched Jay. But because they're, go ahead.
I think it's kind of noble for him because at the same time, for you to admit something that you wouldn't want to admit to, like, you know, like he's admitting something that he feels generally within himself, comparing
I
himself
don't
to
believe
somebody
that.
else. I'm just saying, for me, that's more noble than it is to be like, it's like Bow Wow saying he's the greatest rapper ever, and you just, they're like,
But to Chris's point, it does seem a bit weak in the sense that, like, bro, but he's not better than you. Like, and there are a lot of people, a lot of your fans that would argue, that would beg to differ. Like, to me, I think Cole's a better songwriter than Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Personally.
it's
I
like
think,
what you it's really what you
because I can't
enjoy
listen
in the
to,
type of music. But like again, it's just
I say that to say, like, and because of the beef, I don't listen to that album. But what I will say is, it's a good album. You know what I'm saying?
that's
I'm not
funny.
gonna say it say that it's not. But to me, Good Kid, Mad City, and Gen X are his best albums. The other two, I can't go through the whole album. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, again, for as great as he is, you got to be a Kendrick fan to
Yeah, it's just an acquired taste. Like it's what you want to listen to. I just feel like Cole is a lot more palatable music wise than like to Pimp a Butterfly was Kendrick's like very conscious and it was a deep
eclectic.
album.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's something you have to sit down with, be committed to listening to. But a lot of people were echoing the same sentiments. Like I don't want to hear that.
Right.
They were going to the Good Kid, Mad Cities, which had your mainstream music along with your rapping. Is arguably one of your best albums. And then you had, and I would say Damn is also good. And
It is.
GNX, okay, it came and went to me. A lot of good songs on there, but Drake he's giving you a little bit of everything, and I think that's why he has a lot of fans because it's like there's no shortage of anything. There's no
That's why he
shortage
has
of
a lot of enemies.
But they all got a lot of fans. And like I said, we talked about it in the past. I think the Drake hate, a lot of it comes from, it's not, I think that a lot of people don't like Drake because he's successful, because he's not, quote unquote, like, and I'm not trying to go back into that conversation, like so to speak, like Kendrick said, he's not like us. And that's what a lot of, cause you have like, do you remember DMX? You know what I'm saying? I hate him, but you know what I'm saying? Bro, like, I'm quite sure if they got in the room, maybe, but he don't like, but he don't, I don't know. But again, so it's just like with this right now, and especially in the battle, it's like almost opened up that door for those people even more to feel that way. And it's like I said, you ask the average person, do they got Drake in their phone, or if some Drake shit go on, they not gonna pop off? Of course they are. But then you hear the backlash from the battle, it's like everybody hates him. It's like, what?
Again, because I said that there was a lot of haters. The moment they see somebody hating on somebody or they try to see somebody's downfall, people like to jump on that bandwagon, period. Because where were all these people that's now praying and like, yo, with the album, where were y'all at when he was getting clowned by Kendrick?
By the world.
It was real silent. It was real thingy because like there was very few, and I do mean very few people be like, yo, you took an L, but I still fuck with you, Drake. Like people, like there wasn't a lot of people doing that shit.
That's one thing.
Hey, yo, you stupid.
That's one thing I hate about the battle. Now it's like whenever Kendrick drops, it's like you see, it's like Kendrick is anti Drake whenever he puts something out, and whenever Drake drops, it's like it's become pick a side culture where it's like now you got everybody, they're so like corresponding to each other. It's like this is what the battle did, but like in reality, look how many people are excited for Drake to drop. Look how people are switching up, like because it's so highly anticipated when he drops. It's just,
right.
You chose in a moment. You chose, and a lot of money was made, whether through the internet, through this battle, whether you were reacting to it, whether you're putting on a show, whether you chose a side. Drake don't forget this shit. I feel like Drake's the type of person to look at everything on the internet because a lot of people say, I don't look at that stuff. He absolutely did, especially his peers that are in the game who are on these big podcasts talking against him. He channels that energy, and I hope it brings out the best in his work. And I think we're gonna get a great album. I hope so. I have confidence that it will be one of his best albums.
Throw some ice cubes in there.
Oh yeah, Ice Cube's in the chat. He put an O.
Yeah, not definitely. I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, this is cool because when he got it turned, you know, I don't want to say people, it's like, it's not going to matter. It's all that stuff is going to go away. But like you said, I want to see how many of these people do. No, I was just saying Kendrick won the battle. But no, I fuck with Drake. It's like, nah, no, you wasn't, bro. You know what I mean?
Again, it's too easy for them to do that. It's too easy for them to flip up the way they did. That's why I'm so, I want to see what the fuck he's going to do. Because if he sits there and he talks about not just Kendrick, just go at everybody who went against him, period. Like, I want to know, because, like, in the sense that, because is this going to spark a reaction out of everybody else? Is y'all going to take a jab at the GOAT right now? Is that what y'all going to do?
You want if he going to turn into Tupac? You know what I'm saying?
Another thing, Jay-Z, you're not safe. You're getting shots on this album. I guarantee you, Jay-Z, you are going to get shots on this album. And we've come full circle because when Drake started his career, his first few albums, he always had a J collab, and it was always great collaboration. But somewhere along the way, they kind of drifted apart, and now Jay-Z was complicit in platforming a guy.
He said he wasn't though. He said
he say whatever he wants. You are. We now know that you.
You saw the interview?
I didn't see it, but I didn't see the full thing. But I saw the clips of him harping on this. That he said, "How can you say this is not good for hip hop?" Yet you platformed the guy, and he was allowed to say the P word in the Super Bowl stage. You cannot. You can't.
His excuse was
right. And Katy Perry couldn't even say the grass was greener on her shit, and he got to say pedophile.
Yeah, Jay-Z was probably in sound check like, yeah, say that a little louder with bass.
No, but it's funny. It's funny because his excuse was that, which I mean, it's plausible, right? He said, well, the guy he had the best year that year. Why wouldn't I platform him? So again, to your point, because I don't disagree that there was some of that in there too, but he probably could get it past by saying, because like he said, well, I'm Jay-Z, like why the fuck do I care about either one of them? Like almost suggesting that like I'm Jay and like them niggas is ants.
How often do you see Jay speak on a platform?
You don't really.
That's why it was so surprising to me. It was both Jay and Cole. There was something going on.
They copping please before the Iceman come out because they know they're getting shot at.
Well, I wouldn't say that about Jay, but
you don't hear Jay speaking on no interview, especially with
Cole. Excuse me.
You don't see Jay. Jay chose GQ of all things. He chose a young interviewer because maybe he felt he can control the room that way. But you copping please before the album come out. You platform the guy that did that to him, and you say, oh, it's not good for hip hop. Mr. Condoms on your baby seat is saying this. The guy who used to violate Nas is saying this shit. One of the best ever. Shit to me, he's like 1-2 for me in my personal list. But Jay, you did wrong, man, and now you're gonna have to pay. It's gonna be a little chilly.
You gotta pay.
You gotta pay.
Concert, pay the piper. The cold front, and we're waiting for the cold front this summer.
Yeah. Speaking of which, to transition, it's funny that you said something about Jay-Z. But there's been some videos circulating. I've heard this for a while, but I didn't know to this magnitude. So, there's been some videos circulating in regards to Jay-Z stealing people's songs and making them his own. And the only reason why there's a correlation here, because we were talking about Drake, is like, you know how many people, quote unquote, give Drake shit because some of the people, they say he don't write all his verses or stuff like that. Some of his songs that have reference tracks. And so like, there's been some stories yeah, but there's been some stories circulating about Jay-Z. And my question to you guys as people who listen to hip hop, and again, for me, that's why I ask the question so much too. It's like, if you hold that against Drake and put at a chink in his armor and people try to suggest that everybody does that, then why we can't hold it against Jay-Z? Like, if you, like, I sent you the videos, if you could cue those up, like, it wasn't like he just took a beat. He took, like there was a template, the hook, the beat, and then he switched it up a little bit and then put it out as a Jay-Z song. And I think as an artist, like I used to rap, so from an integrity standpoint, it just.
When we gonna get a freestyle, bro? Like I'm so sick of this shit. Like
I'm retired.
Retire my ass. Bring it out one time.
I have an idea that will bring Marsh, and I will participate as well, because every great podcast has a great intro song.
Oh God.
So I call you Marsh to the stand, and I will join in on that too. And maybe Marie can throw some vocals on there. You know, say
I can't sing.
They got auto-tune. We can figure it out.
I just be the video girl. Just
all right, cool.
Among username said, drop something real quick, Marsh.
Nah. But I was saying, like, as an artist, and I've never tried to recreate something that somebody else did. Like everything that I've ever written, whether it be a hook or my bars, it was original for me. You know, and I feel like that's biting, so to speak.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, TikTok a little slow right now. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the link you sent me is not working.
It's not?
It's not.
For either one of them? I sent you two.
Which one was the first one?
It was one that says payroll on it.
I think it's being taken down.
What about All I Need? Did you type in non-brigade?
I'm not searching. I'm going through our videos from what you sent me, but you sent a lot of crap, so it's hard to see. Yeah, whoever posted it took it down. I guess they're doing damage control.
Well, could you search non-brigade, like NAAM brigade?
That was my TikTok.
Yeah, because like when you hear it, I'm like, and I'm like, it's like you took the whole song. You know what I mean?
Who the fuck is this?
It says non-brigade, All I Need.
No, hold on. I'm trying to see something. What the hell's wrong with my TikTok right now?
But what, in the meantime, what do you think about that, Marito? You think it's no big deal? About like him taking somebody's whole song for the most part? You think it's no big deal?
Whole song is kind of crazy. Like the difference why I didn't necessarily even care when it came to Drake, because it's like it's little lines or certain beats. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Or if he does have music from somebody, like he'll use or whatever, or like if somebody wrote something and he sung it, like he sung it. It's not his raps though that were written for him.
Hold on, you see what this nigga just put out?
Nah, we got breaking news.
Yeah, right.
He's
Probably another
lying.
fake. Yeah. I'm not saying he's lying if it's true, but I'm saying like, anyway.
I'm trying to look for it now. All right, hold on, I think I got it.
Damn, I like that song. Oh.
Yeah,
Is that a
that's one of the.
reference? That's a reference song, right?
That's that guy's
Jay
song.
had a strategy of once somebody's record was hot, jumping on it and then picking. It would be like it was his record. He did your button. Like he did your button. Give me the beat. Give me that beat. Oh, it's a full pound jack mode. Don't worry, skate. I can't back no. Like Ja Rule's record. Can I get a? Can I get a what? That was Ja Rule's record. I'm a hustler, baby. I'm a hustler, baby. I just want you to know. That was Sparks' record. That's why he's on there. Like, give me that. Give me that speed, that fast, that That's the reason why Sparks was on there because it was his record. So he does this thing where he says, "Oh, it's your record. I jump on it. Now it's my record." It's almost like extortion. Jay.
What y'all think about that? Did you? There was one more that all I need. But no, I'm saying because that's the one. No, but that's the one that's the most egregious because they have the hook.
No, it's just it's hard to look for the videos in your group chat.
It says non-brigade.
Hold on, I think I got it. This fucking link is not working on the damn thing.
Oh.
Damn,
But keep talking. I'm gonna look for
So,
it.
what do you think about that, Chris? Is that a chink in his armor, or is that like it's nothing? It's nothing. Being that he's a great Jay-Z.
One of the reasons Dame is labeled insane and crazy, he does not stop himself from talking about Jay-Z every interview. And now more than ever, I'm starting to believe because he speaks to his character in a lot of ways. And I feel like Jay-Z is slowly garnering this image where he did anything and everything to step on the next person to elevate. And to hear this, and of course, Jay-Z is going to come out and take a smaller creator song, and no one's going to bat an eye because it's Jay-Z. Who's going to believe this lower end artist who's making a song? And this happens a lot. A lot of people steal from like there'll be a YouTube song with whatever 10 views, and you can garner influence from it. Somebody listen to a big artist and take it and make it your own.
Yeah, the guys got compensated, but at the same time, it's almost like it might have been better if they was on a song. You know what I mean? But it's just like you took the whole joint. Like, you know what I mean?
And that's another thing. Drake had help on songs. He's never had help to the point with his pen. When I'm talking about his biggest rapping records, there's no stain on his or evidence that people are writing some of his most intricate songs. When he has help from what's his name, Quentin Miller, it was for a hook or a melody or something like that. It was never about his pen.
That's what I'm saying. It should have never like even to me. It should have never even been a big deal because again, oh my God, you sung a hook. And I used it. Like that's not the big of a deal. Especially if I paid you. Even if I paid you to do it. Like I paid you to give you the beat. I say, yo, do something with it. You say, oh, this is what I got. I am taking it. Here's your money. Have a good day. Like that's part of the game. Like that's what everybody does. Because then at one point, were you gonna say that everybody who sings, because not everybody who sings write their own shit.
But that's the difference though with rappers. Like
Drake is not these guys because Drake does that singing shit too. But that's not that big. That's not that big of a deal to me. But if it was like, yo, I wrote his whole verse, I wrote his whole shit. This is the proof that I took his whole. Like that's different.
But they said that they like wrote the Meek Mill disc.
No, so I doubt it. It sounds very Drakey.
It's not facts. It's not.
Daylight said it.
That's not confirmed.
Yes, he did. He said it.
Daylight don't even rap like that.
What are you talking? But you're bugging. But go ahead.
Listen. Jay-Z. For you to steal a whole concept, a structure. In the whole song, that is fraudulent. That's bad. But I feel like Jay-Z has become this mythical figure that nobody takes shots at but Dame. Dame is the only one out on these platforms telling everybody he is snaky. He's a snake, low-key snake. But because it's only one person saying it, they're going to label him crazy. Nobody has the guts to speak up because Jay-Z has a lot of power and a lot of money. If that guy from Never Change went on an interview, that shit wouldn't even see the light of day. Jay would probably hear about it and be like, that's not coming out. He's not speaking against my skill or anything that would expose my skills or stealing.
But I would assume that Jay compensated him because he compensated the other guy. You know what I'm
I feel like Jay was little sonning them. Like what he said, like in one of the songs, when he said, "I'm taking it from you." Like he didn't even ask. He didn't even try to ask. He took it from you because he's trying to show you that I'm still a better rapper, even on your own fucking song. And that's more of his. And that's to me, that's more of Jay's ego. Like especially around that time, that was his ego because he just felt like he was untouchable. Period. Nobody was ever gonna say nothing or stand up to Jay. And again, nobody's gonna do that because look at the only person that fucking his name goes at him. Look at his financial situation. Look where he's at in life because of it. Like
you're not gonna.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to do it.
But like the dude, I don't know if you've seen some of his videos, Chris, but the dude Oskino that used to be down with State Property, He's the one who said something about the whole number. He was like, it's a group in Philly, and they came out with the song All I Need. I mean, like I said, those guys got compensated for it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's almost like that's where I think the boss move come in. It's just like that's why you never heard it really from them, so to speak. One of the guys from that Philly group, they spoke about it briefly in the interview, but they said that they were compensated. But at the same time, it's almost like that's why you would never hear about it. That's
but either way, what's the point of talking about it now if you got paid for it though?
I mean, because I'm not saying that them talking about it, but I'm saying for me, like when you find out, like Chris said, that you think that these guys are mythical figures, when you hear these classic albums, like the thing that makes them classic and makes them masterpieces is the fact that you felt like this guy put his heart and soul into it. All of this is all of him. So then when you hear something like, and again, like maybe that's just from a person that was a creator from like from that perspective, like everything that I've ever put on paper or ever put on wax is an original idea. Like maybe I've done a freestyle over somebody else's beat, but it wasn't like I did the same song.
Yeah, I understand. I feel like in rap, it's understood that is just like a no-no. Like when it comes to rapping and ghostwriting, if someone was to be exposed for that, that's a big deal because rapping is a sport and people take it seriously. It's a craft that people work at, and to find out somebody's not writing their shit,
it's like a spit in the face.
Yeah, it's like that's a stain on your record. That's a stain.
Because that's the whole point of rap. Like, I mean, if we're going back to like back in the day, like Biggie fucking just freestyling on the street, that's where it came from, off your dome, like quick. You got some bop shit when you stood in the studio for a little longer, you know, put some shit together and then you made a bop, but it was your own lyrics, it was your own words, no fugazi, no, oh, I threw in that line, oh, I took this from this, it was just straight all that. But now it's just like it seems to be whoever's the biggest and can make the money off of it is just what it is. Nothing else matters.
But that was also another question that I've got. Let me ask you guys this. Because like for certain, me and Chris used to have this conversation too. Like in certain aspects, and I don't know if it's just today's day and age, because my mom used to talk about like Nas and Chris used to tell me like niggas don't care about lyrics. It's like they just care about it if the song is hot. So it's like there are a lot of artists out there that do have ghostwriters and like they're manufactured artists, i.e. Cardi B. But I'm just saying, I know that for people that are like real, like I guess you want to say grassroots hip hop, like you separate them. They're not in the category of all time greats. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if you hear stuff like this from people that you feel like have separated themselves artistically from like hundreds of rappers that have ever existed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it hits different when Jay-Z is arguably the best ever in a debate, in a strong debate. He's the number one best ever, and you find out he's doing this, it means a lot. But I feel like it will never catch like fire and believability because it's Jay-Z. No, we're not going to believe some random person. We're not going to even believe the guys that were in Roc Nation, state properties, but they sold their idea for money. So for you to come out and speak, if they were to come out and speak about it, right? They're going to get asked like, so why didn't you keep the idea? You know what they're going to say? Well, I was paid handsomely for it. Jay-Z is going to shut you up with money and take the song and make it 10 times better because let's be real, ghostwriters who make reference tracks, it's not going to sound like the main artist is going to take it.
Right.
They're bringing the song to life. They're with their vocals or they're rapping. Ghostwriting is not shunned in R&B or in pop. Nobody cares. So the fact that they try to crucify Drake when he got help for R&B or hooks of a song, he gets crucified because he's on the top. Drake just gets a special type of scrutiny. I compare him to like LeBron. LeBron is a walking, like whatever he does, it doesn't matter. He has a negative, people are going to speak negatively about him or try to shun him at any point. Drake was getting help on R&B song, R&B or hooks. Never his pen. If I were to find out that Drake got help on a timestamp record, like his classic timestamp record, Marsh, you know Churchill Downs?
Yeah.
The Birth? If I found out they wrote that, somebody else wrote that, I would not be a Drake fan. I promise you. You can't, that's a no-no. Right. But Jay-Z's going to get away with this. Nobody's going to believe it. And if this is true, yeah, it should be brought to the light.
Right, but like the only difference with that is like I don't think nobody ever really questioned James' pen, right? As far as he wrote shit, but the whole for me even so it's like even with what you just said. I guess the next question I was gonna ask was so who gets because like there are people that and this is music business, right? So you got people that do create the music and do all of these things, and there's the artists who can pull it off better. Like maybe I'm a good writer, but you probably could pull it off better than I can, Chris. Who gets the credit?
The artist.
No, I'm saying in your opinion, like because it's like without my vision, or you can like you know what I mean? Like
all right, like for example, right? A lot of people say that Safari wrote a lot of shit for Nicki.
Right.
Nicki has talent. She can inflections on her voice. She can flow. She can actually rap. She has a talent. But if Safari said the same thing on Lex and recorded it and put it out, it wouldn't hit the same. That's where people fall short. But I cherish the idea and the concept more than how much you can deliver it because it takes away from the person who took it. But in reality and society, Beyonce don't write none of her shit. But she can sing her ass off. She can dance for hours on live. She will never get questioned because she brings it to life so well. It just demolishes the smaller creator or the writer that wrote it because you can't bring it to life like I can. But
it doesn't matter either way because again, that's a legit job. Yeah, like I think that's what people forget, and that's what really is stupid enough for them to even come out and say nothing. If I'm hiring you to do that job, which is to bring me a hit so that I can sing it, then why are you so pressed about having to say that you wrote it? If that money and that contract that you signed, not to be come out with your own shit on the same song, like I bought it from you. I took it from you. It is mine. That is it.
You want to know why?
But you're only trying to do that to, obviously, for obvious reason, you're a songwriter because you cannot make it as an artist. You could be lyrically, I know people that can spit fire, but at the same time, they cannot be an artist. You cannot sell that type of stuff.
I agree. There's people that don't want the spotlight, and I would, if I had it my way, if I could ghostwrite and not take none of the fame, I don't want the fame. Give me the check. But it's different when you accept that role as opposed to the person who gets his shit robbed, and it's like, it's Jay-Z, I can't do nothing about it. But once you get paid for it, that's it. That's what Jay-Z's doing. He's big broing you. Here's his tech, shut up. I'm gonna do it 10 times better, and no one will know about this. It's also hush money. But now that it's coming to the light, it's like, still people are still not gonna believe it. It's like, we're not gonna believe that guy. It's Jay-Z. This guy's impeccable. He has a discography. He's a legend. No one's gonna believe it.
I was speaking to people and they were saying like it doesn't matter because obviously it's Jay-Z and clearly if they could have made it a hit, then it would have been a hit. But at the same time, you know, it's Jay. So like you said, if Jay gonna do it 10 times better than them. But still in all, it's just like, yo, bro, like why you couldn't come up with somebody yourself? Like why you just can change the whole hook? Like the beat is fire. Like you could have kept the same cadence. Nobody would have known it. But now that we hear these songs and it's just like, they say all I need. It's a song, but it's a similar same cadence and all I need hook. But the words changed a little bit. Same beat, same everything. And I'm like, bro, like again, that's different from somebody giving you a beat with a hook on it, if that makes sense.
And you know what? Jay's so talented, right? And what if he did, like, say he did take the song, but he paid him for it, so technically he didn't steal it. He was compensated for it. To say he did take that, yeah, it's a stain, but Jay's had like say he has a long history of his mastery craft, but at this moment I took this song and this song. Say I took 2 songs at this moment for this album. Do we take away from the totality of his career because maybe he had writer's block, maybe he had something? Do we take away the whole legacy because of that, or do we say, from a purist hip hop opinion, do we tarnish him?
So somebody asked me like, do you think he has more original content where he didn't do that than he did that? I'm like, I don't know. But here's the thing, and Jay, like James said, Jay has a knack for doing that. Like he made Ballin'. I like Jay-Z's version of Ballin' better than Jim Jones' version. But it was a hot record, and then Jay got on it. You know what I'm saying? He did his own version, and it became something else. You know what I'm saying? He's done that a lot. Right?
Yeah, I'm convinced Jay has a slight problem with jealousy. I'm convinced that when there's somebody who has an idea that's like, he sees it, he knows it's hot. I gotta get on it. But at the expense of the next person, you're shitting on them. Why do that? And I watched the Joe Budden pod. Joe Budden speaks to him hopping on the Pump It Up beat because he was running Def Jam at the time, and Joe was in Def Jam at the time. So Joe Budden he pretty much says like, that man hindered my career. He threw salt in my career at the time to benefit himself. He couldn't really be a CEO because he's knee deep in his own career. So he's taking from the artists on Def Jam while running Def Jam. It's like a conflict of interest. How do you do that? I feel like Jay-Z does shit by any means necessary.
You know who else said that? DMX said that about Jay. He said that, remember, he retired one time, and this is when DMX was on fire, putting out album after album. And it was like, there was a shift, right? Because Jay was kind of, so to speak, out of the way, being that he was supposedly retired, right? And then he felt like, Jay fucked up his release or fucked up his numbers because now all of a sudden Jay comes out of retirement. It's like it was a competition thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
DMX put out 2 #1 albums in the same year. And right. Now you got Jay on Def Jam, like, he's over there sitting there hating. I would call it hating, right? I gotta jump off the bench, and I gotta outdo this guy because that's all ego and jealousy to me. If you're a CEO and you're in a high position over there, why can't you let DMX rock? But you can't stand for somebody else to be in the spotlight because you have this burning desire to outdo them. He put out 2 #1 albums in the same year. Nobody's really ever done that since DMX. And this is with hard sales. This is with hard copy sales, not streaming.
So like,
my God,
there have been people who have mentioned things like this. I mean, maybe not have been widely publicized, but like DMX said that too about Jay before. I don't know if you ever seen that interview where he said that. You know what I'm saying, Chris? Where he felt like, you know, now all of a sudden this nigga want to come out of retirement. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did. He's like anything that suits him. It's like a selfish mentality. And over the years, I watched every time Dame drops an interview, I'm watching it, and he slowly convinced me that Jay-Z just a shiesty dude. He left him in the dust. Agreed to sell part of Rockefeller to the point where he had no say in it because Biggs and him sold it.
What Dame had enough. Dame had a lot of it to do with his demise on his own too for a lot of other reasons. I don't put that all on Jay. You know what I'm saying?
You don't believe Dame when he speaks?
I mean, I do, but I feel like based off his situation in life, people look at him like he's bitter. Like, so it doesn't come across as the truth. It comes across like, oh, this nigga mad because he broke and Jay is still on. That's what it sounds like.
But that's easy to do. It's easy.
You got cut off by Rock Nation?
Nah, Rock Nation's at work right now. This man is powerful. It's cutting off a live with 3 viewers in it. Good job, Jay-Z.
Nah, but to sum it up, I would say this. I don't take nothing from Jay because he didn't actually, you know, take their lyrics. But again, for all of the niggas that like to put him in his high.
Hold on. This is a good friend of mine. He wants to chime in on the subject.
Okay, what's up, brother?
Finish your This is Zen. That's Marie, and that's Marsh.
Well, let him get say because maybe, you know, go ahead. What you have to say?
it was nothing to go for the long haul. It was just about when you guys were mentioning DMX and Jay-Z. I'm not really too, in on the loop of it, but just, I just wanted to just mention like their styles and how they perform. Whether or not one is dissing the other or one doing better than the other. I think somebody in the comments asked, who's better, DMX or Jay-Z? The way that they perform, I feel like DMX makes me feel a certain way that Jay-Z does not, and Jay-Z makes me feel some kind of feeling that DMX does not. It's almost situational, but to compare them in a productive way, like, oh, this one's better or this one's not. I don't think that they could kind of be in the same, like a Kevin Hart and a Dave Chappelle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like,
It's a good comparison.
it's like these guys are great, but to say which one is better, it's almost like negatively diminishing one's talents and abilities that the other is more gifted in, that is not shining in the conversation right now because we're leaning towards this way. I'm not saying you guys, but that's just the only thing that I want to say then and there. I'm probably not gonna have much to say, but if I can chime in, I would, of course. Like I said,
Maybe you gotta better, just in case.
You gotta have something. You gotta have something. You gotta give us more. Man. Come on, I know you.
Well, I just gave you like a full 2-minute interview of myself just now. How I felt on that? What are you talking about?
But let me respond to that. But
Yeah, because Marsh is a good twister. He loves to flip shit. So go ahead, Marsh.
I'm not gonna flip nothing. But
Go ahead, flip it.
Marsh, make sure you challenge him. This guy's good.
All right, so basically what I was saying is that you actually can, I mean, like, obviously they're two different artists, but it's just like, if we're talking about rapping and that's what they do, Jay-Z is the better lyricist, right?
Maybe
you could,
yes, objectively.
Okay, yeah, I guess you could say that, but, I think that DMX is a better performer. I will give you that. And so, like, there's certain things that, I mean, DMX is a better performer than Jay-Z because, like, when he get on stage, like, you've heard people like when you hear that doom 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 and you start growling, it's like it's different.
Type shit. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
And even Jay said it. He said like, "Yo, I have to perform after that." Like, that's different. So it's just like they evoke different feelings, just like a Big and a Pac. It's just like Big to me is the better lyricist, but I think Pac touches more people with music.
Touches more people.
That's a very popular term these days, Marsh. That's a very popular term these days.
I said
That was that was crazy.
I didn't tell somebody with your views, but anyway, I get it. Yeah, I said pause, but you know what I mean.
Zen, you brought up an interesting point. Like when you compare two different types of greatness, it's almost like you're diminishing it because now, like, it's almost like we're nitpicking two greats. DMX makes a lot of us feel different ways with less lyricism and less words, but they're still powerful. But yet you have Jay-Z who delivers more words and probably more structured metaphorically and simile or whatever.
Right.
But they're both still great. But that also speaks to Jay-Z seeing that and saying, I got to butt into this because I know the type of impact he has. And he's at Def Jam. I'm an executive, but that competitive fire is burning. Yeah. I got to step on his moment because I know how powerful DMX is.
Right.
So you're right. When you compare the two, it's almost like we're diminishing two greatnesses.
Yes, right.
But they both make us feel strongly false.
I mean,
right.
But I
not think, today with these. Ooh, my
I think we can acknowledge both people's greatness at the same time, acknowledging one is better than the other. It's not like Shaq or Olajuwon. It's like they're both great players, but one's better than the other. It's not I don't think that diminishes like what they've accomplished and what they've done, unless they haven't accomplished anything, and then obviously that says it all. But to the point that DMX has had a great career, Jay-Z's had a great career, and it's just like, but like if we're talking about the whole thing about rapping, like for me, like I was saying, like that's where it starts for me. Like the beats and all of that is separate, but like that's what these guys are. They're artists, right?
Yes.
So we judge them off of that, if that makes sense.
What do you think, Marie?
I don't want to say I wasn't barely listening, but I was barely.
Oh my God! You're like right here. How you not listening?
I'm in La La Land right now, kind of, but no. But I mean, it's a good. But this is the exact same thing that I was saying kind of earlier when I was talking about Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole is like all great, but in their own lanes and their own little way that they're great. But you cannot. There's no way, and that's what I'm saying. It was more honorable of J. Cole to even say like, he's good in his way, he's great in his way, like in the way he does it. Because if I try to do it the way he did it, I probably wouldn't be successful. I could only be great in what I'm doing and how I'm doing it.
Right.
And I feel like that speaks for them. But it was for the way we started the conversation. It just they're just trying to discredit Jay's whole empire at this point. I feel like it's them trying to do the same thing that's going on with Diddy. It's the downfall of Jay now at this point.
I can't wait for the Jay-Z documentary. That's
I can't wait for that. You know it's coming.
Dude, Marsh is so mad. Marsh is going to be on it, matter of fact.
But you know what's funny about Jay is that, like, I said that to Marie in the last show we had when we discussed it. I have a feeling that that's the only reason why he came out with that interview, because there's been a lot of stuff circulating around his name and he's never really responded to. And I think, like he said in the interview, the whole idea of him, being looked at in that regard with those charges, it was like, that's and the way he responded was like, if I'm that heinous and I'm that bad of a person, lock me up. Why y'all coming for my money? I think that really bothers him. You know what I'm saying?
No, he described it as like, I'm really hurt. I was really hurt by that.
Right.
You can tell how he felt from that.
So like with all the stuff with Diddy, he's like, maybe this is a little way to kind of get ahead of it, or just to show his human side, because we don't see him on TV as much, or he's not dropping music like that. So it's almost like, let me just pop out, say a little something, just to, not so much, just kind of like give people my perspective. He's good at that. You know what I mean? So
I have one more question. We can wrap it up. This is a good question for everybody. Oftentimes we hold these celebrities in high regard when in reality they're just human beings who have been thrusted upon this thing we call fame. But I think because they're humans, they look at the comments just like we do.
Mm-hmm.
This literally impacts people. It's not a matter of, it's only a matter of when they will be affected. If you read enough of those comments, and I believe Jay-Z did, and he felt the need, like, no, enough is enough. I have to go on a platform, which he rarely does. And he said, I have to defend myself. Oftentimes we're like, as humans, we're like, I don't need to address that. I don't need to address that. I don't need to address that. But when they say, oh, Chris is a murderer, no, I need to go and address that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a matter of what they're saying, but it's a matter of when it's going to affect you. It will affect you at some point. And I imagine that, God willing, this podcast gets to a point where there's going to be a flooding of comments, and maybe one day I'll feel away. Maybe Marie will feel away, and Marshall will feel away. But I ask everybody here, do you believe that everyday celebrities are watching this stuff and it's affecting them? And it's all a matter of when. Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like the ones who aren't are probably the happiest. They probably just perform at their highest level without any kind of detrimental energy looming over every move or every outfit they wear or every, person that they're seeing hanging around. Because an internet troller or an internet informant is something that exists when you have nothing in life. If you have access to Wi-Fi, you can be that. You can comment on whatever it is that you want. You could be 15 with a let's say like a picture of your kitchen table as your profile picture for your ex or for your Instagram or for your Facebook or wherever these posts and comments are coming from. And if you pay attention to everything, it's much more harmful for you and your brand image and the way you market yourself versus you just kind of, going into your own world, like let's say spending time with your kids or your family or like your close friends. And then you hear the banter happening through people who are, like, let's say someone's talking about Marsh and he doesn't know, but Marie knows. That would be up to Marie for her to come to Marsh and be like, hey, I heard this. Marsh is living his best life. He's like, I'm not paying attention to this. Like I'm just performing my highest. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But inside of a friend circle and inside of people who you trust to be around, I feel like leaving that to another person to bring to you is like, you can't control that. But to obtain that level of like euphoric sensationalism from being a celebrity, I feel paying attention to everything is more detrimental than ever, just ignoring it. But I mean, if you're paying attention to what other celebrities are saying, then obviously that holds weight. That holds a lot of weight because like if another celebrity or like let's say 5 of them are saying this about you, they have their own entourage and their own followers and just hundreds of thousands or maybe millions of people who are lapping up whatever it is that they're saying. It's like if you develop games and somebody who covers games on YouTube who does not develop games, but she or he covers it and has millions of followers, even though that person does not develop, let's say, video games, then their word of mouth will just send everybody who does play down it's like what do you call it? A tunnel. It's like down a tunnel of opinions just because one person says something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then what you're saying is it will penetrate you at some point.
Yes,
What
because
is it with
somebody.
these-
Oh my gosh! And I said yes affirmatively. So yes.
But what I'm saying is not wrong. Somehow, some way, it will penetrate you through your friend group, through your
penetrate your
mother.
bubble, like your circle.
Yeah, it's gonna
Infiltrate is a better word. Infiltrate.
Okay.
Infiltrate is a better word.
Yeah,
yes.
that was because y'all today.
But
You
like,
said it and smiled
It's
too. So I'm
spicy
saying
hour on
penetrate.
the vibe. Let me tell you.
You said yes.
but in that regard, I think to be honest, like we're only human, right? So it's just like if people are talking bad about you, it's like it's one thing for somebody to be like, oh, he stinks, whatever like that, right? If people just don't care about stuff like that. But if they find out, oh, like he's a thief or he touches, he does bad things. I don't want to.
I was gonna say, don't forget.
Yeah.
A lot of that circulating these days.
But it's like when you to put that on somebody's reputation, it's but so long you can go quiet with that. And then when you amplify the fact that these people are celebrities, their brand is everything. So it's just like
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
it matters more. So it's like just of course they pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if we went online and maybe somebody saw this episode and people just started trashing us, like at some point, you can take it, but to sit here and say that at some point we're not gonna respond, like, you know what I mean? Like
it depends on how much traction it gets and from where, and also what's your subsequent action after that. Like how do you approach hatred is what my big thing is. Do you just start hating back, or do you do something that's so spectacular that people just got to be like, all right, maybe the hate wasn't even worth it. You know what I'm saying?
It depends on the level of backlash, like, you know what I'm saying? Because that stuff can destroy you. And if we're trying to build something, we can't allow people to just destroy what we build off of propaganda. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we would have to defend ourselves unless we just don't care anymore. We're just going to run and hide. Like, so,
right.
I mean, I don't know.
That's what I mentioned though about the type of entourages of the people that are talking. Because if you're just looking at everybody's comments or just reading a comment that got 80,000 likes or something like that, then from a nobody though, from somebody who just, has their dog as their profile picture, that's, that's like, all right, maybe you shouldn't absorb all the information that you come across, even if it's love or hate. But if you got somebody that, I'll use this, example again, that can say something about you and your brand and your label or your appearance and is tarnishing it. However, they are not involved with that world at all, but they have followers who still follow them. It's like a movie star saying something about a white water rafter. It's like, all right, have you ever white water rafted? No, but if this person with millions of followers start talking about this one white water rafter, that's like the kayak thing where, you're just going down a spring valley of rushing water. It's like you have no opinion about this. However, that million followers, this guy who's not in that extreme sport lifestyle can tarnish your life. And I do agree with you with that. I do understand that. And it's up to somebody to stand up and say something always. Maybe not, but it really depends on how you approach it. Like I said, do you start hating back? Do you start beefing? Do you start saying things about somebody's family or somebody's, I don't know, or do you do something great and then it quiets it itself? That's my point. Do you perform or do you just start bantering with the person that's doing, or like the bubble of information that's kind of infiltrating you, like you mentioned earlier?
There are people's opinions, and then it's like, and even on a regular level like us, like Chris, like you say hypothetically, right? If somehow somebody found out at your job that, or started spreading a rumor that you was beating your wife, like maybe 1 or 2 people heard it, right? No, I'm being serious because people
Why you laughing?
No, because like if somebody said Chris is a great guy and he got back to him, like everybody's saying like you're such a great guy, it's like
you know what would be so crazy if that rumor just appeared because Chris was like, "Yo, I can't find my fucking wife beater." Like I've been
That's how it starts. That's how it starts. This
and
small
somebody
thing.
be like, "You really took that from that? Like how?"
Right.
And so it's like maybe 1 or 2 people you hear little whispers, maybe you could be like, it's nothing. But like once the you start hearing from more people,
the stage has been set. Yeah, the stage has been set for you.
I asked Chris, like, how long do you stay quiet, or did you stay quiet the whole time?
Right.
I'm pretty good at, like, listen, no matter what you do, there will be a negative and positive response to it. So if you address one rumor, they're gonna another rumor will come out, and another rumor will come out. So why address one?
The rabbit hole.
If 30 others are gonna follow. But if I feel like the wife beating allegation becomes a detriment to my life, seriously,
right,
I have to address it. Like Marie said, I will get up in front of all my coworkers and said, I had a conversation with this dickhead over here, and I said I was in my locker room and I had my tank top, but it was ripped, so I was like, I gotta go get another wife beater. And then that's before it starts with that, and then it becomes I pimp slap my wife.
Yeah, right.
That doesn't even exist. Like
it evolves.
Even still, it doesn't.
But that's what I'm saying. But this is how wild the rumors get. Like somebody that doesn't even exist. Like I beat my wife. I don't even got one. What you talking about?
Right. No, but it would matter at your job because like if your boss has heard something like that, it's like your reputation. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm the most vain person, but there's certain things about my reputation that I will never let anybody tarnish. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if it gets to a point like at my job, like I was saying, Chris, now the boss is like, well, Chris, can I talk to you for a minute? Like, so we're hearing some stuff.
Heck of impersonation of Chris, by the way.
I mean, it goes either way to say. He's gonna have everybody just running where he just lift up his hand and fix his hat. Everybody just scatter.
There's like insignificant rumors, like every workplace in America, all around the world, you could stand next to any woman having. It could be the stupidest conversation, like it's raining outside. The first initial thought is they're fucking. You can't do nothing about it.
Right.
I'm not gonna address it. Let your imagination run wild, but that has a limit when it starts literally affecting your day to day. And it's like there's certain things you have to address. There's just certain things. But I believe celebs have it harder because it's like now I have money attached to my brand. So if you say I'm one thing, and then one brands will back out just off of the assumption and the allegation. They don't even wait for your truths to come out.
Well,
so that's why it's so much more important for them to defend it.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. For them, it's always going to be that kind of thing because the business that they're necessarily in, just being in any kind of platform or any kind of limelight and whatever it is that you're doing, no matter what, there's a critic for every platform that there is out there.
Right.
There's always going to be something. Podcasts, videos, TikToks. People just
somebody's lifestyle is off that.
Yeah, like what I'm saying. Like, I mean, what we're doing. Like,
yeah, right.
We're literally talking about.
That's the NFL podcast.
So yeah, that's what necessarily gets done, and that's what we do. So it's like, again, if I was a celebrity to the point that would I feel like the need to clear up every freaking rumor that crossed the freaking stage? Like, am I gonna have to sit there and have to go over like, no, I wasn't trans. No, I don't. Right. I'm not allergic to this.
Even if it's a big bubble.
Like, yeah, but if it's something like you said that's serious, like it's to the point that it's making me lose money, it's making me like, it's getting people to stop fucking with me, it's like, it's to the point that it's hurting me, or it generally hurts my feelings that y'all really thought that I was that type of person, and then clearly I would address it by any means. So let me just get that out.
Full circle moment. This topic right here is the same reason Drake felt the need to be upset at being called a PDF file. You attach that to somebody at his level,
right? That makes it worse.
It will convince me to come after the label that tried to sabotage me allegedly, and everything that follows with it. That is a serious allegation. He felt like he needed to attack and address, because that's why it made me upset, because Kendrick, you're a rapper. I felt like your talent wasn't shown rapping wise. It wasn't a sparring match with rapping. It's like, I'm gonna mudsling. I'm gonna say this horrible thing about you, and it's gonna get a stir up. So you got to win off a low blow, basically, right? You went down, you low blowed. You didn't show me you can rap with me, because I still believe, you call me delusional, Drake had the better rapping ability in his songs. You can't convince me otherwise. You called him the pedo when it was a rap, and it was a catchy jingle, so it reverberated around the whole world.
Well, Drake did call him a white beater too, though.
Yeah, but he barely even addressed that. He was just like, yo, we good over here.
In
No,
all
but
fairness,
white Peter's nothing.
no, it's not. Are you serious, bro? You stupid.
Cut it out. That's
It's nothing in
that's
like verbal jabbing. It's like I can listen to that as a rap. I'm
No,
going to
but-
rapper brain. I'm going rapper brain. I don't beat my wife, but I'm gonna rap now. Don't say I'm a pedo.
Right.
You know, like
I mean,
No,
it
that used to
wasn't.
say it a lot.
I mean, it was.
You
They
got
were
rid of
both low blows, but Kendrick went to hell. Is what you're saying?
yeah.
it.
Well, you know.
All right.
I
I
want.
got one last question, but then you ever seen Peaky Blinders?
No, what's that?
I haven't.
Oh, damn it! It's not gonna hit. The joke's not gonna hit.
But yeah, so then let it go.
I want you to
You
hit.
said you had a question, not a joke.
No, I want
Yeah.
you to look up Peaky Blinders, and you're dressed like that.
Me?
Yeah, it was a game back in the old school days where they had razor blades tucked in the hat like that.
Yeah. I know about that, but you said Pinky Blinders.
Peaky.
Picky. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like peak.
Oh, peeking. Oh, okay. I got
Like
you.
Peaky with a Y, with KY.
Right.
Peaky Blinders, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, it's that TV show. I know you're
That's
talking
him.
about.
He's the main character.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up right quick. Hold on.
Yo, show
Don't
him.
do
show
that.
him,
Don't do
please.
that. See how they treat guys. They
I
disrespectful.
know, right? Like, I think this is my first time in
It's
the
not
podcast.
disrespectful. He's
And I
just
gotta
trying
be showing the image of how I look.
Okay. Oh, that's classy.
Yeah, yo, you used to do damage with that
man.
razor blade.
I'm just saying, I admire your style. Not many people dress like you nowadays, and it's nice to see.
Thank you very much.
Look at my joke got. Look at my
Thank
joke
you.
got.
I got I got one last topic and then we can get out.
Yeah.
Quickly.
No, I wanted to hear because you posted it earlier. I wanted
Yes.
to hear what you talked about, how you feel about Klay Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion apparently not being together anymore.
I feel like everybody knew that even before they found
No,
out
but
that
they
they
said
were
she
together.
said
Oh, wait, sorry. I don't know much about that, but I did see videos about Klay Thompson looking like he was being held hostage, eating the food. Like, she's like, it's good, right, babe? And he's like, it's delicious, babe. It's the best food I ever had. And I think it was like meatloaf or something. It was something. It was some type of meal to where I was like, yo, look at how this dude is talking about this regular ass looking dish. No offense to her cooking. I'm not saying that, but it just looked like a regular dish. And he was just like being asked a question about its quality. And he like, first of all, you know, like that's already a little bit aggressive. Oh, it's good, right, babe? It's not. What do you think about that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's good, right?
Zen, you can cook. Everybody in here, he can cook.
I damn sure can.
So when he saw that dish,
I was just wait. Let me not say that. I just wasn't pleased. I just wasn't pleased.
with spaghetti or something like that.
It was something, but like her approach to him was like almost like if you say no, there's a consequence. So from back then, I was like, yo, this dude is not making the right choice right now. He's not making the right choice. And I like Klay Thompson, even when people say he fell off because he couldn't make a jump shot. I remember Klay. No, I'm so serious. Like, yo, he was going like 0 for 9 in some games. Like that's kind of rough. That's kind of rough for like the 3-point record shooting holder. You know, I think he made the most 3-pointers in one game. That's the title he has. You know, after I think like his father died or something like that, or was I don't know too much about it to talk about it, but something happened and his game just like somebody died close to his father.
I don't think that's true.
I think it would.
You gotta look that up.
Yeah, it was.
Klay Thompson, he was an NBA player too. Or his dad.
I don't think his father died. She just said
Then that was a bad example. No, but one of his siblings or father, mother, it was something that TNT made a moment about that, you know, since then his game was a little off. Was it his brother? I know it was a relative. It wasn't a best friend or like a girlfriend or something like that.
Well, it couldn't be if he was with Megan at the time.
Right. Well, was he with Megan at that time? I'm not too sure. This was
You mean the dog?
I mean, is that what it says?
It says Rocco, the English bulldog. He had.
Oh shit,
Is
my
that what I'm
bad.
talking about?
Klay Thompson's father, if you're seeing this, I did not mean to wish anything bad upon you.
Nah, but hold on.
In 2025, is that what it happened? Because that's his dog that died.
Losing a dog is very traumatic, man.
Oh my God, Morris, don't do that.
What you mean don't do that? Yo,
don't ruin my parlay because your dog died.
Hold on.
Come on, man. He was upset. Like it showed him visibly in tears on the bench a lot.
Yeah, he was eating her food, and that's sad.
Yeah, right.
And his father, Michael Thompson, shared the news that the family dog had to be put down. It was the fucking dog, bro.
It was the dog? Oh my gosh.
Rocco the dog, bro.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that, man.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie.
A man's best friend going is crazy.
I'm just saying because I mean I had lost 2 pets and you know I was sad. I'm not gonna lie, you know. But in the same time, when you get paid the amount of money you do to
you don't let those
kind of things affect you in your game.
No, but I'm saying like not for nothing. Like my dog got sick the other week, like last week. It was serious. Like she almost pretty much had a heart attack almost. Like you know what I'm saying? And I was scared to death, bro. I promise you, I was crying, I was praying, I was doing
everything. It won't be the
everything,
same afterwards, right?
My dog Bear, when he passed away, I was hysterical. I was on the kitchen floor rolling and shit.
Right, but then you had to go on the basketball court in front of hundreds of thousands of cheering fans and perform. Would you have been able to do
but the next day I had to wake up and make breakfast with my kids and act like everything was okay.
Alright, so that's actually a harder job. I get
and then make them happy because you know I can't make them sad because the dog died.
Shooting from 30 is way more impressive.
According to her,
showing hollow shots at you.
According to her, that he was cheating on her. That's why they.
Yeah, I was about to read the quote that she had posted on Instagram. She said, "Cheating and having me around your whole family playing house, got cold feet, holding you down through all your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season, and now you don't know if you want to be monogamous, bitch. I really need a break after this one. Bye, y'all."
Women
Man,
go so low, like right after the breakup.
who want
Who
to
said
start?
that? Who said that?
Meg.
Megan said
Megan
that.
said that? Oh,
Who want
yeah.
to go first? Yo, who want to go first?
Can I go first?
I feel
Yeah,
like that
go.
meatloaf must have been that bad. If that's the case, that
He was.
meatloaf
You ever like
was
he was like he was plugging the catfish with like one tongue of the fork. Like that's how bad it was. He used the one tongue at the left corner.
You know how he threw away that plate. You know when you go to the barbecue and that food is nasty.
You fold it in half. You fold it in half.
You're folding it in half and then pressing it down.
No, then you get some other. You get the foil that was already in there. You cover it on top.
Yeah, right.
She cooked for his whole family too, so that's probably where that quote came from. But
Right.
clearly, you know, Megan Thee Stallion doesn't have luck with shooters. You know, first of all,
She was a frequent.
He's stupid.
She was a frequent basketball dater.
bro, first
No.
is
No,
Tory.
no, you're missing it. You're missing
He's-
something.
You're not caught up on pop culture. So Tory Lanez allegedly shot her in the foot.
You get it?
That's why he said that. She don't have a good thing.
I'm sorry, I don't even laugh at that. Somebody getting shot is not funny.
But she lied.
No, but-
she lied allegedly. She lied allegedly.
That's
And it wasn't
funny.
him. That's it wasn't him. But she said it was him. But yeah.
He's serving 10 years in jail for this, for something he didn't do allegedly. So
That's why I haven't heard nothing about Tory. Okay.
So after Tory, she healed. You know, she went on to Klay Thompson, who
Literally and mentally, right? Yeah,
she was twerking like a day after this.
See what I'm
shells
saying,
were
bro? This
removed.
is why I don't follow this shit. It's crazy. It's like
It's all over the
after you
place.
get shot in your foot.
Yeah,
That's
so
insane.
she healed from Tory, and what she got was not elite Klay Thompson. She got Klay Thompson post trade of the Warriors. So that hence the mood swings she was talking about.
Yeah.
He went from
Not in the Bay Area no more,
from a
baby.
dynasty in the Bay Area where they wouldn't pay him, so he was insulted. You know, he was insulted. He goes to Dallas. They trade Luka. More mood swings. Boom. That's mad mood swings.
I know.
So only for it to end in where he was cheating allegedly. You know, he's still an NBA player. They're on the road a lot. I mean, clearly she thought differently of him. I don't know. They moved in so suddenly. She was cooking. She cooked for her whole family. Cooked for him.
That's always a recipe for disaster, though. When you move in that quick, usually things start getting a little bit too, I don't know, like sped up. It's like you're supposed to drag that out for at least like a year knowing somebody. And if you want to move in, you can move in or whatever. But my thing is, yeah, like this is my philosophy. I got to be around somebody for 4 seasons. I got to see how you are in the spring, the summer, the winter, and the fall. If I can see how your moods are in all four of those seasons, and you come across as somebody that I can spend time with, maybe that following year you get an invitation, you know, come stay over for, you know, however long you feel comfortable to. But to like move in like this, that's always been to me, that's like you're asking for things to get dried up quick. That's my opinion.
It's just thriving off of the lust at the moment because everybody's content when you first get with
And
somebody.
then zip, it's gone.
Yeah, it's like y'all love each other so much. I want to hold each other, kiss each other. Everything's good until everything is not good. Until everybody's
Too available.
Yeah.
Right. You're way too available. You know, you need that distance a little bit to, you know, have that mystery going
Can't hear
on.
you,
I
Mark.
think you have this.
I said that nigga Klay was thinking about some in-house box. That nigga was like, fuck it. I come off the road, get the fuck Megan Thee Stallion. All right, you can cook some catfish. Like,
I think she was.
I mean, how good was it if you had to go find another outlet?
She was misled. She was clearly misled. She was clearly misled.
No,
she probably felt stronger than he did.
Nah, I think what happened was when he would go home to Seattle with his family, he was like, son, so this is what you bring home? Like, can you find something else? I think for me personally, I never thought that relationship was going to last. You know what I'm saying? They don't seem like they click, but I get it. She's Megan Thee Stallion, so if he got a chance to smash, why not? But at the end of the day, I could believe that with a lot of stuff that she got going on, her reputation is probably not a good fit for the clean cut, quote unquote, Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think maybe if he didn't have Kofi, he was probably like, do I really want to sign up for this for the rest of my life? Like, do I want to be Meg Thee Stallion's husband?
Like you said,
you know what I mean?
He was on the road, and it's like it's not so bad that you come home to Meg, right?
Right.
So I'm geeked to be having sex with Meg, but I'm still gonna get my road games in. I'm gonna get whatever I have in Miami or whatever the fuck you're going. So it's like I think she moved way too fast, like Zen said. So it's like you want to move into the house, you want to cook, you want to record it, you want to record it for the family. Yeah. You tried to secure something and it fell flat. Now you want to come at. Look how quickly it takes for a woman to go low. You know, Instagram.
You don't know if he actually cheated. She could be lying, but
that's what I'm saying. Allegedly.
Yeah.
I don't know that. She could be telling the truth.
She could be, but see, like that's two sides of.
But I feel like to be honest, I feel like when it comes to Megan at this point, it was something she's hurt clearly. Whether she's telling the truth or she's not, and she's just trying to hurt him because, again, look at the only other relationship that you really had. Look at how it panned out. So you cold-heartedly, when you decided to go and pop out with somebody else, you thought it was about to be like a fucking Kim Kardashian and Kanye West or Beyonce and Jay-Z. You thought you was gonna be that type of couple, and it didn't turn out to be like that. You ended up Offset and Cardi B. Tory, stupid.
I feel like it's the same shit. She was fucking her friends. Like, was it really a relationship?
That's what I'm saying. She expected what she had with Klay to be more better, and it didn't. So now she's embarrassed, and the only way she could get over that is to embarrass you. So
I'll just stop dating famous people. How do you feel about that, Marshall? Just stop dating famous people.
There's no way for a celebrity really to.
She can't downgrade that much unless he's a business owner. He got money and
I was about to say downgrading from a celebrity. It might mean that she upgraded in her financial stability.
No,
it could be that.
I mean, just saying because you have to run the risk of meeting like a stalker or some shit. You're trying to think like
I'm not saying somebody off social media now. I'm saying like
she's not
how did they meet social media? I'm pretty sure
she's not gonna date somebody making $70,000 a year. That's not gonna.
No.
No, but nobody's saying that. I'm just saying like where would they meet?
No, but what I'm saying is just like again for her
your wealth management officer.
She got she got way too much invested in that. And I think, like I said, maybe that was a way to clean up her image. Just like now, she come, and especially after the Tory stuff, she marries Klay Thompson, the All-American boy, the guy who won 5 championships. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what she wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he ever, in my mind, he probably never, that probably wasn't a thing.
She was a pit stop. She was like a celebrity notch in his belt. If you look up his dating history, he's dated celebrities. He's dated other celebrities.
NBA player.
She underestimated him. She thought, this is the guy that I'm going to make settle, or at least, fall in love or whatever, do whatever. But she was clearly mistaken. But she won't supplement the money over a happy ending. Because like you said, Zen, if you date outside celebrity world, you might end up more happier. But you don't like that because you need that salary that he has.
You want the publicity. You want the publicity because she's still trying to keep herself relevant at the same time.
But don't make that money.
You can't do that with somebody like, that isn't in the limelight with you. Because look at Eve. Married a whole millionaire that nobody knew about out of nowhere and has been out the limelight and happy with her dude.
And if that's okay with her ego, then I find that nothing. Actually, that's like the more desirable course of action to me personally. It's like if I can stay out the limelight and be good with somebody who is making more, like it doesn't have to be making more. I'm putting myself in the mind of a celebrity. Usually, they got to be with somebody that's making something, right?
Yeah.
Because then they just get clowned if somebody figures out how much their boyfriend or girlfriend is making. But if you can find somebody, like I said, like the vice president of cybersecurity for Goldman Sachs or something like that, he's making more money stable wise. Like an NBA player can get an injury and then that's it. You got your contract, but we see a lot of the times washed up players that you never really see around anymore just because they was in the NBA for 2, 3, 4 years and then gone. I'm not gonna mention names, but you can have like a very stable, wealthy life with the traction you've gotten from your celebrity, and then nobody knows about your life. It's a much more quiet, yet still high-end, heated granite floors in your house of like 5 acres in the back, horses running around. What more do you want? And now it's eager. It's the eagerness for the ego to be shining. That's what a lot of celebrities have. That's why they're celebrities. A lot of them are just narcissists. They got to have people flooding in, wondering, oh, what did she or he post on Twitter today? Or sorry, X. Or what did they do? On Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's why she recorded. That's why she recorded chicken cutlet.
Yeah, right.
I gotta show you that I'm a good housewife and I can cook. But
it's like you're trying.
It's all the image thing.
Yeah, you're trying very hard. You're literally standing above this man with a camera for some reason for all your fans. I would hate that. I would really hate that. Hovering over him saying, "Is it good, babe? Right? It's good, right?" It's like, come on, that's corny to me. That is very corny.
Instead of it just coming out naturally, like in an interview. Hey,
right. Just
like yes, so she's a phenomenal cook. Let me tell you, she can throw down.
He said it. He wasn't pressured to say it.
Yeah,
I guess when that camera cut off, he had mood swings.
But deeper than that, but bigger than that, her problem is, even with that though, her problem is, like going back to what we were talking about a few minutes ago, it's her reputation. My thing is just like, again, think about it. Meg has twerked and been like a city girl. She's been doing that's her thing. That's who she is. So could you imagine like a billionaire or somebody that works at a Fortune 500 company showing up with Meg Thee Stallion, how that would look to his partner?
No, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. Again, Eve's husband is a millionaire. Eve has footprints on her tits and was bald headed with pink hair.
Eve was never a harlot. Like image wise.
Yeah, but she wore prerogative shit at the time when she met him and shit like that. But again, it's knowing how to carry yourself when you're in the presence with his, people and shit like that.
Right, because at that point, that's affecting their work life. I'm talking about the person who's not famous, who's famous in the business realm or famous in the wealth management realm. You also can't be walking around with X on your nipples and.
I don't think she was looking up that like that. Jesus Christ, give the girl credit.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that that's what she's doing, but I'm talking about like in general. If you're gonna stand next to somebody that's powerful off the celebrity field.
Let's be real. He was still embarrassed to be with her. She was the girl with the bad reputation that he just enjoyed for the moment. She thought it would go longer. I don't think he had plans for it to be that long. And I think she moved way too fast and thought, and maybe he needs to take accountability for misleading and maybe love bombing or whatever he did. I don't know. Maybe he did something wrong. But he had no plan. No, they didn't propose.
Oh, so like this is just boyfriend. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. He literally told her, I guess at some point said, I don't want to be exclusive anymore. And she was like, you don't want to be exclusive anymore. Excuse the fuck out of me. You son of a bitch.
I don't even think it was that. I would think
he said monogamous. He said monogamous.
No,
that's what I'm saying. He doesn't want to be exclusive anymore.
But I think that they were spending a lot of time together. But just listen. But that doesn't mean that we're together. Because we spent a lot of time, you know what I'm saying?
They were together. he was complicit.
Apparently not. Like,
for all we know, what we saw was a happier picture than what was actually going on. Clearly, and that's Meg's fault because you want to post him bringing you flowers and after you want to post all the good stuff. But when the camera cuts off, he could be throwing the catfish in your face.
No, it's like what's your name again, Zen?
Yes.
Okay, it's like what he said. It's like you have to go, instead of going through that trial period where it was quiet, y'all was in your own little bubble, like you and him, so y'all can figure it out, because it was so quick for her to post it and be like, yeah, look at me, look at my dude, I'm happy, blah, 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 and then y'all not even done with your trials, and you fucked it up. Now it looks bad on you, because that's how Jennifer Lopez looks so stupid. You're quick to get engaged, you're quick to do all this shit, but then your engagement don't last 3 months because you didn't even try to get to know that dude. Yeah, you didn't even try. Right. So,
Yeah, but but also probably one of those. It'll also be one of those things where just like he said, the way it kind of looked awkward, the way she put the camera in his face, like she's trying to create this moment, and he like, wait, yo, why you put me on camera for? But when
That's what
we
you
on
should have
camera,
said.
you know, when
There's
on
there's a
camera,
lot of guys who are celebrities always say that they hate that camera shit. Like they
right,
hate that don't put that camera in my face. And then you see some of the couples. I'm not saying they don't got dirty laundry somewhere, but some of the people that don't put the cameras in their face tend to be happier or tend to like enjoy their life. Or even if they have problems, they can figure it out more easier
Right.
than the people who always got the cameras in the fucking face. There's some
right,
people that just don't like to live in that kind of lifestyle where you forced to be perfect 24/7 because I can't be me. I can't be ugly. I can't be stupid. I can't be silly because you got a camera in my face 24/7.
He might have just yelled at her before she turned the camera on. We don't know that. Like
Exactly. She could have been spiteful. She could have been acting, you know.
I'm putting this because we just argued, but I'm gonna make it seem like we're all good. He's eating that food miserably. He's poking at it like, what the? This shit got like a pulse or something. Like,
Didn't Kevin Hart do something like that? Where like he got accused of this was a while ago, like cheating or something like that, and then he uploads a video immediately of him and the alleged cheated wife or fiance salsa dancing like hard. And it was like, you didn't have to do that, dude. You could have just like, why'd you have to do this to answer to all of the like how Marsh was talking about, like when someone's trying to tarnish your reputation, like we're talking about family business now. Why'd you gotta upload a picture of you and her salsa dancing so quickly in response to what the internet was talking about? It's like you making it seem like you're trying very hard to convince people of something other, but there are better ways to go about it than to just, I don't know, put a camera on. You don't have to put a camera on like right away.
In closing, take your L's in private so you don't have to face the backlash of you being in public 24/7. And when something bad happens, you're gonna get double the attention.
Right.
Be a normal couple, turn the camera off, fix your issues in private. It will be a lot easier, but celebrities' egos are way bigger. We got to keep up an image now. We got brands to protect.
I'm just saying.
Let's put on the happy smile, but we're visible.
I'm just saying it's gonna look very stupid if within the next week they're back together. So it's.
I don't think they're gonna be back together. I think Klay, Klay.
I'm just saying it would look stupid if they did.
If he's smart, this is his out. You know what I'm saying? If he's smart, which I hope he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did terrible with her. Get out, leave. Make some jump. Get your field goal.
Yeah, get your jump shot because the fucking dog. Now you got the girl. Like, come on.
That's what he get for not coming to the Lakers. He went to Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
He wanted just a little more money, just to do terribly.
Right. He could be playing with Luka right now. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes the money's more important. You never know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It was really awesome talking to you guys. Chris, thank you for having me on your podcast. And I hope that this isn't the last one as I saw the initial title.
You see this nigga talking about 2K, this nigga is a sneak that you see
Fuck
you, Roger. Yeah, he said 2K.
He's trying to coerce me to go on 2K, man. I'm gonna go after it.
Yo.
Yeah, y'all talk. We not Raj. Piss me off, bro.
Nigga, fuck you, Roger.
Oh, I think he's talking about Zen. I think
There's Lele. And there's Lele in the party now.
Oh, yeah, is that a Marshall?
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yo, you put these two together? That is like Yapper Megazord right there.
Y'all need to do y'all own little things when y'all own little bit.
Like
shit. Damn, I did it. I was trying not to do it the whole time, and I did it. Fuck.
Yeah, pause. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all need to do y'all own little. I can't even say that.
No, yeah.
Never mind. Just forget it.
We could collab. Let me do it for you. We could collab in the future. Like, baby, you come back, man, next week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Steph Curry? He said
Yeah.
No, he said he looked like Steph Curry.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Nah,
You're saying that's what you said when you
that's
met like 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
That's Peaky Blinder right there, man. That's the guy right there. You got the
Hey,
great
we cannot hear nobody that's not on vid today. So,
Whoa.
Oh.
Mr. Have been gone for so long. We miss you, Raj.
He told me he quit. Yeah, he did. He told me personally. So
Messed up.
We still love you.
I'll see you too.
Fuck you, Roger.
It's been another edition of the NFL
Gotta get going,
Podcast.
guys.
I clickbaited you guys to think that we're breaking up, but we're not breaking up. This is all the game. We will be back next week. Thank you, Zen, for joining. Always a pleasure. Marshall, Marie, we'll be back next week with more topics.
He said he ain't say that just that time, but at least see y'all next week. I mean,
Okay, clear it up. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good night.